What is poppin'? It's your boy Everson Reaper here. This would be another division build. This would be the PvP version so far as you being a straight up nice ass healer, but then at the same time you can protect your team and you can just like this build is like all around reclaimer, but at the exact same time I made this build and I thought about it and I was like, you know something, I'm finna try something I'm finna try something havoc. I wanna try something to where it helps my team out. I wanna try something to the point to where the moment that you get that session out to where you just do a whole lot of shit for your team and for yourself and protect your team at the exact same time. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, what do I mean by protection and heal your team at the same time? Well, of course, I'm running the Midas and I'm also running the Caduceus, right? So, I figured that I wanted to run this build in a PvP way to where you can run this in Dark Zone, Skirmish, or Last Stand, no matter what you run. You just gotta keep this in mind that when you're running this type of build, you're squishy. You're squishy as fuck when you're running this build. So, starting with the Midas. Midas, I'm using Deadly and Talented because killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 50% for 20 seconds. This effect does not stack. Killing a new target refreshes the timer. So, I use that for my skill power so far. That way my station is like way more strong than usual, and then they can keep getting my skill power up higher and higher. And then Deadly, of course, you get that burst damage. So, that's what I'm really use that for. So for mind wise, I mean, just you want to create damage, create chance all over it. I mean, I had no more create chance by, so that's the main reason why I had went for that magazine. But excuse me, that's the main reason why I went for this grip. Muzzle, scope, magazine don't even matter. Stat wise, 32, 116, and then of course I'm using a pulse, so my pulse is gonna put my crit chance at max, and then my crit damage is gonna be like 145 or some shit. All right, so now that's the main reason for this build. So let's say if somebody was using inside of the station or whatever, and then you got the Midas, right? So you inside the station, you got protection against the flame turret, the shock turret, and all that shit, right? So you got this Midas. That Midas, however, it says right here, each bullet you hit reduces your damage by 1%. And your target's damage by 1%. Reduce your damage by 1% and your target's damage by 1%, and the max is 20%. The effect is reduced by 5% per second. So just think about, just think about this to the point to where you're like protecting your team, so you can knock his damage down and then have the team have attack kill, because his damage is like so low to a point to where it's like he's hitting marshmallows. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it all depends on what his firearms is and how his build is made, but if he has like about 4,000, 5,000 firearms, or if his build is not that good, I mean, you can just pretty much just shoot this at him and then have your team just melt his ass, and then that's it for him. That's all she wrote for him. All right? So, with the Reclaimer, I mean, you constantly getting your healing because you're inside of the Reclaimer's heal. So, if I'm running a 6-piece Reclaimer and I have that so far as this Midas, and you're protecting your team, all I gotta do is just basically I can pop a pulse for you, which means you get crit damage and crit chance from me. And just to show you that, it says 31.70 and 31.7 on my crit hit damage and chance. So just think about if I drop this down, pop a pulse for you, and I'm just constantly just shooting. See what that meter that's over. See that little meter that's over it. So just think about you're just in my heels and I'm just constantly shooting. And I got fucking, and then pop that, and then just constantly just give you that pause, give you the 20% reduction, and then you just constantly getting your heals from me. All right, that's pretty good actually. So now, Caduceus, Talented and Deadly, same thing, just like the Midas. So this way you keep your skill power up. So that way you keep your station even more strong. And then I'm using Caduceus for this is the healing rate. Each critical hit heals you and your group for 1% of your skill power. Can only heal each player every 0.20 seconds. So I'm using Caduceus, and then I have Talented on it. So by me having Talented on it, this helps me get my skill power even higher than normal, because I'm at 320,000, right? So 320,000 is pretty average, but if I'm using a pulse and I can just easily help I can just easily help my team. Just basically constantly just straight up just getting on just maxed out healing, right? So if I'm helping you get straight up getting that healing, and at the same time you're inside my reclaimer station, just think about how much healing that you're getting back. This is just all to do the sit fact to where what my skill power is sitting at. I got a pulse for you, I got the healing for you, I got the protection for you, and I also got that healing for you for so far my gun and my station. I'm running 5% first aid. I'm running a 5% support station healing speed mods all over this build. The main reason I went for 9,000 on the electronics, right? Because on Reclaimer, it says right here, this chance increased 20% for every 3,000 electronics. So it's like there's really no point. If I was really running this build, I mean, yeah, you can go for 10,000 electronics just like my main Reclaimer build, but I went for 9,000 because I didn't want to wait so far as the firearms or the stamina. I mean, you can go for stamina, you can go for firearms, but the main reason I went for firearms because I got the deadly on both my guns, right? And then talented, I mean, you need like 4,700 on electronics, so you already said that 9K on the electronics, so this was real good for you. You just gotta keep this in mind that you're squishy. All right. So, build wise, where am I running my build? I'm running skill power on all of my mods with 267 mods, right? Because I wanted that skill power as high as I possibly can. My vest, skill haste, health, ammo capacity, mask, skill power, burn resilience, 267 mod with 3,300 on the skill power. Knee pads. I'm running skill power. Instead of increased skill HP, I really wish I had disrupt and they got shot and bleed. Running a 267, let's say 3,300 on the skill power, and I'm running 5% support station healing speed mod. So instead of you having range, you want to get your health back even more faster. Backpack. Skill power, burn resilience, 1374 on my firearms, and I'm running a 267 so far as my electronic mods with 3,300 on the skill power and 5% support station healing speeds on both of these. So mind you, I have 5% on all my mods. Is that the right one? What up? That. I almost ran the wrong damn thing. Hold up. Bam. All right. Well, now, gloves. I'm running, listen, SMG, create chance, create damage, roll electronics. The main reason for this purpose, I mean, you can run this for assault rifle if you wanted to. You can run it for SMG if you want to, but the main gun, so far as I was using my minus, is because simple fact to where this minus, I mean, it shoots slow as fuck, but at the same time, I'm using it for that talent. So this way, you're protecting your team at the same time. So just keep this in mind that when you're running this type of gun, you want to be able to shoot this as hard as possibly you can, but at the same time, you want to protect your team, right? So holster, skill haste. That means it's a decent holster, but it's not the best. But let's say I'm running 5% on the support station healer speed mods on this. All right. So now, abilities, pop and pulse. So this way I help my team out so far they can get a very nice pulse from me. I mean, listen, it's decent. You know what I mean? Of course, I'm running Reclaimer, so I'm gonna be using a station. You know, it doesn't matter what station you use, but I just went for that because I like how the stats says healing rate says 28,000, and the rest of these says 23. So that's why I went for the life support station. Recovery link, because I mean that way somebody goes down, you pop this recovery link on them. I mean, you go for shield if you want to. It's just a preference on you how you like to run it. Talent wise, I use triage, battle buddy, strike back, and combat medic because this is a support build. So I mean, if I were to change something out, I would say let me get triage out. Let me get triage out, and I probably say you can try tech support because you're running so many different electronic shit up on your build. But for me, I like this triage. I like battle buddy because if somebody goes down and then your station, I mean, you just let's say they get right back up, or if you're in PvP, I mean, you pop recovery link, and then they'll get that extra 30% incoming damage, the same resilience for both players that's getting each other up. Strike back, reach low health, and reduces active skill cooldowns by 20%. Combat med, of course, because you're a medic, so you want to run that how this says see fit. All right, and that's pretty much for the build. So this build is already circle around so far as PvP wise when you're running this type of build. So using a minus on this build, and getting a healing from the let's say from the box, and you getting a pulse from all at the exact same time, and then you're knocking damage down at the exact same time, that's fucking ridiculous. It can be annoying in a lot of ways, because if you're running a 4-man squad, just think about you dropping a box down and giving your team a heal, right? Giving your team a heal, and then you shooting this mindless. Or let's say if you want to run a Caduceus, if you're running a Caduceus and you're constantly shooting at somebody with this Caduceus because you're trying to give your team a heal, and then you're popping a pulse on top of that, and then you're just in the box on top of that. Just think about how much healing rate that you're getting. So if I was dropping this box down, just think about if I was drop this down and I just throw a nade on me. Look at my healing rate. Look how fast that is. Half a bar. Look at that, go right back up. I can't even be on red screen because how fast my healing rate is. So just think about that healing rate with this Caduceus. So if I was throwing that healing rate and I'm shooting at the exact same time, trying to get my healing rate up, and I'm just constantly shooting, it'd be like extremely fast in a lot of ways. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little demonstration. Now I'm by myself. I'm not in a group. Give you a little example. I'm by myself. I'm not in group. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm a healer on my own end. You know what I mean? So this way, just let you know how effective that this build can be so far as healing wise. So if you was in PvP, all you gotta do is just shoot at your target basically. So this is for healing. So I got be in cover.
She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
I'm in cover.
They're holding 3
Pop
of my
pause.
people there. If you
Drop
can
this
get them
down.
out
Watch
before
this.
blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right, get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission.
Look at my healing. Now look at my healing. My healing rate is going really good. I mean, let's say I'm constantly healing myself. I'm not even red. Now, mind you, my fucking toughness. My toughness is only 308,000. Toughness is only 308,000. They'll say for this build. Pop a pulse again. See? Pop that. Pop that. There go my curve link. So mind you, like I said, you're squishy. So drop that squishy down. See? Look at my healing rate. Look at my healing rate. As long as that station is down, just think about if I was in group and I'm just constantly healing. See, they constantly shooting at me, but look at my healing rate. It's going right back up. See, look at my skill power. Skill power went to 370,000 from 320. So, that's because I got that talented on, and I just killed all of them just by myself. Now, if I'd have had, if I never not had my recovery link, let's just say if I had my recovery link and I went down, right? I got that support station. So support station got me right back up, and it made my toughness way more higher than what it's supposed to be. All right. Now, if I was using my Midas, I'm gonna reset this up. I'm sure what my Midas looks like.
This is about taking the Rikers out at the knees. There's no one who can replace Lorraine Barrett. She's the one who organized the escape to Manhattan.
They're holding 3 of my people there. If you can get them out before blowing the lid off, I'd be grateful.
All right, get them out first, but don't jeopardize the mission. We're going in on your heels. The jailbreak
He goes dead. 369,000 because I got talented, no matter what gun I'm using. See, it goes down. Now watch this. Look at my station. Station's protected, so I got so much high on skill power. So I goes down. Check my toughness. 440,000 because I have combat, because I have that battle buddy up. Now, mind you, I'm doing this with a Midas, y'all. Okay, pulse out. So let's see if I wanted more healing. I'm hitting 100,000 on weapon damage on NPCs, and I'm not even using no high. I'm not using a striker or nothing like that, and I just killed everybody with a damn near with a minus. So just think about this build. If this build was in PvP, you just got to keep in mind that when you're running this type of build, that you're squishy as fuck when you're running this build. You know what I mean? So it's like a whole lot of little ways on how you can run this build. It's a whole lot of ways listening to how you can run it when you're running in Dark Zone or when you're running in Last Stand. I mean, skirmish and all that other shit, right? So I hope you guys like this build. I hope it doesn't take a benefit of it. This build can be fucking annoying as fuck when you're, when you're going against it, because you got a station that's very, very strong. You have a pulse that's good. That's pretty good. You got a minus and a caduceus. You got one for protection your team. The other one is using for healing your team up every time you shoot your gun, right? And then you got that pulse, so it hits even more harder. And then both guns are sitting at about 18k so far on damage wise. So I hope you guys like it. It's your boy Iverson Reaper here. You know what I mean? This will be the dark side so far as the Reclaimer, how the way I was running it, and then the main reason I was running for 4K firearms and 9K on this electronics. So hope you guys like it. Hope you enjoy it. It's your boy Iverson Reaper. I'm out. Peace.